How you going there? Well, tomorrow I'm going on a mission, a 2-day mission. So I thought it might be useful for you guys to see what I take on a 2-day mission. You can possibly hear the puppies in the background crying. Poe's got 11 pups and she's just in there now feeding them. They're all fighting for a bit of milk. So I'm excited because I haven't been deer stalking for a while. Having dogs, like pig dogs, you're very limited to getting out deer stalking because most of the time you go in bush, you're taking dogs, and you can't do both. Well, you can try, but it's not advisable. So I wanted to go over what I'm taking on a 2-day mission, and the reason I want to show you guys this is I get asked regularly, Clay, I'm going away for a couple of days, what do I take? Well, we'll kick off with the rifle, the mainstay of the attraction. This is a 243. It's only a cheap one. Bought this probably, I don't know, a couple of years ago for 600 bucks. It's got a Bushnell scope. I'm using 80 grain and it's got a suppressor on it, which is really good because I'm hunting with a mate tomorrow. It'll probably roll like this. We'll hopefully get onto a deer. He's a seasoned hunter. He knows what he's doing. He's an old buddy from my childhood, Wayne, and if we just see one deer, I will give him the shot because I want to film stuff for you guys, and I just enjoy filming. I enjoy filming an animal as much as I enjoy shooting an animal, to tell you the truth. If there's 2 animals, then we'll line them up and we'll do the big count. 1, 2, 3, boom. And remember, if you're ever doing the count with another hunter, it's not 1, 2, 3, and on 3 pulling the trigger, because I remember years ago I had a mate that did that, and I said, right, we'll do it on 3, which is my bad because it's actually the count, the timing after 3. It's 1, 2, 3, boom, and we went 1, 2, boom, and he hit the bloody trigger on 3, and then I was like, you shot it first, man. So we had 2 deer and mine ran off. That's the way to roll, but honestly you just don't know how it's going to go when you're going out. I would be very happy to bring some meat home. At this time of the year there'll be yearlings running around, and they're as silly as chooks with their heads cut off. They look straight at you and they're pretty easy, no, not easy to shoot, but generally they're not like a smart old sort of doe that's been around for a while. They may smell you and look at you for a while, and you get that moment. That's part of what we're doing. The other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some fishing. So I have got with me my fly rod. It's a 4-piece job in here, and this time of year it's December now in New Zealand, so nymphing will be probably what I'm doing. I've got dry flies with me. I've got my little box here, but I've got also my proper vest, which is the first season I've actually ever had a proper vest, and they are so cool to have, you know. Oops. And that was my Polaroid glasses falling on the ground, not in their case, because I'm a dumb bugger. Keep your glasses in their case. I stuff all my glasses. I think we managed to get through without stuffing the glasses. They are a must if you are going fishing. You can't go without them. As I have found out, you will not see anything. Wind is your enemy when you fly fishing for 2 reasons. It's hard to cast, and the second thing is it ripples the water and you can't see what's underneath, so the mornings probably will be the best time for that. So ideally we'll go for an evening hunt and then maybe a fish in the morning. But I don't know, we're 2 days away. So what else do I have here? Well, I've got all my fishing gear, you know, everything in there. My license, got to carry that with you. My rod. And I'm going to be using the same knife for everything. I've actually got 2 knives. I'll be taking a boning knife as well. We don't need to wear those anymore. But I'm going to take this because it's like a all-purpose knife. This was gifted to me by, I can't remember your name, sorry mate. It's the one with the writing on the side. It's the Green River knife that you gave me, and this guy had it for 20 years, and it's sharp. 20 years, and then he never used it, so I've got it in the sheath here. It actually came with the sheath, I think. A really good knife for the simple reason it's got a drop tip. You can use it on fish, you can use it on a deer, use it on anything. You can stick a pig with it too if you have to. And I've also got a boning knife. So that's my hunting stuff, a little bit of it. What's in the pack? Well, actually, before we go to that, I just want to show you this. Here's a trick, if you don't already know about it. I learnt this from my very good dear friend Kim Swan. That is a duvet cover. It's got some blood stains on. It's clean. It's got stains on that won't come off. So $5 second hand I pay for this. Do you know how much you pay for one of those portable meat safes that you buy at one of the hunting shops? They're over $100, some of them. That's $5. Perfect this time of year. If you're hanging your animal on a tree, put that over it, keeps all the flies off it. You don't have to worry about fly spray. You don't have to worry about a meat safe. This will work perfectly fine. And okay, the air won't go through it quite as well as a meat safe, but if you're in the shade, your sweet as, bro. A really handy thing to have, and it can pack right down into your pack. A must take if you're going away for more than one day. We probably will bone out if we get a deer because we're two old farts that don't want to carry. Depends how far. If we get one close to camp, then we'll carry the whole animal back. But if I'd say if we're more than probably a couple of k away, we'll be boning out in the bush and just carrying out the meat. Not like us pig hunters that always have to carry the whole bloody pig out. So that's a tip for you. I've got this pack here, and it's got my sleeping bag inside, as you can see, and I'm not going to open what's going on. It's my Tatonka. This is only a 40 litre one. It's quite a small one, but it's a neat little one. Got my first aid inside here, basic first aid. I've got my PBA, my personal locator beacon. I use the Rescue Link because it's also like I think this one, it floats. It's actually a marine one as well, and I do a lot of fishing, so it doubles up. A must have, guys, even if there's two of you, got to take that. I'm not going to go through everything in the pack because there's so much. Obviously I've got 2 torches, always take 2, not 1. And why take 2 torches? Well, firstly, if one breaks down, you've got a backup. If you're in the bush at night, which we will be, and your torch breaks down, you don't have a backup, you're stuffed. Secondly, when the torch you're using runs out of batteries, which it will if you're doing long hours, as we do, you need to change those batteries. What are you going to look at to change batteries? So the second torch is a backup to watch that when you're changing batteries. Okay? Matches, backup torch, first aid kit. This is something I always take. You've probably seen lots of videos. I paid $11 for this probably 3 years ago on eBay. Or Trade Me it might have been actually. Normally they're aluminium. It's such a useful tool. You can put it around your gas burner. You can make a fire around it. It keeps the heat in. If I get a fish or a bit of meat, most times if I'm out in the wild, I'm cooking around that. And you know, it's $11 and it's still going, and it'll go a lot longer. Really useful. A small fry pan. Very handy. Small fry pan, light. You can cook enough for 2 people on that. What will I take with me in the way of food for 2 days? Very little. Just a few vegetables. Might take a couple of tomatoes, some asparagus. Are always good because they're hard and they don't get squashed up if they get knocked around. Whereas tomatoes don't. You've got to put them in some sort of storage. Capsicum's always good to take. Salt, lots of salt, and butter. Butter because you can cook in butter, and this, you can put butter on stuff, and it keeps reasonably well. Even at this time of the year, if you've got it in a container, it might get a bit runny, and if it does, you can still use it. And if you're doing fish, and we're going to do some trout fishing, you cannot beat doing fish fried in butter. That's my favourite. So, butter's what I'll be taking. I'll be taking 2 tin cups. I've got these here, because you can do this straight over a fire if you have got nothing else. So it's like a little small billy, and a small one for my cup of coffee. I will take coffee, and I will take a plunger. What else have I got? Take 2 pair of socks for each day if you're going through the bush. Socks are the most important thing on your feet, inside your boots, because when they get wet, it's just nice to, even if your boots are wet, to put dry socks on. And I'll take a change of clothes, even though the weather's good. If stuff gets wet, I want to have something to just put on. So 1 change of clothes. I'm keeping everything very light. On top of that, I've got my electrics. That's my GoPro, because I'm filming for you guys. I'll be taking a GoPro 8, the new one, and I'll be taking the SV79 PowerShot Canon, which I'm filming with right now, for a couple of good reasons. A, it's small, not that small, it's about that big. Secondly, it's got a zoom on to die for. If I spot a deer far away, I can take you right in on it, and hopefully that's what happens on this hunt, but who knows how to roll. One more thing before I go, I want to show you if I can find it. Maybe I can't. Yes, I can. Well, obviously my boots. Got to have your boots. That's a sort of no-brainer. This. Yeah, I got this given to me by the bloke that runs a hunting and fishing shop in Blenheim. I was going on a deer stalking trip, raw trip with my mate Simon and Josh James and Cam, about 2017 it was. That video is called To Bag a Stag. And I went to the shop and the guy, "Hey Clay, how you going?" And he threw this at me. It has been so useful for so many things. Gets cold, you've got this, you know. So if you're cleaning your glasses, this is designed for cleaning stuff like glass and optics. Your scope, it's the right thing. Don't clean your scope with a bit of toilet paper or tissue. It's not good. Clean your optics with one of these. Ask for them at your hunting and fishing shop. I'm sure they still have them. And clean it like that. It's designed for picking up dust and stuff. Really, really good. It's the way to go. So, and as I said before, it makes a fantastic little cap like that. So if you're getting cool in the evening, or the sun's beating down your head, you can also use it for straining bad water if you have to. You can use it to tie one in and carry stuff in. I've done that before. I've carried trout in this. You can use it for carrying your dishes down to the river to clean them, because it's like a wee bag. It's a really useful, I was going to say apparatus, but I suppose you could just say piece of cloth. They have a name and I don't know what it is. That is my getting ready, preparing for my adventure tomorrow. Now I'm going to bring you guys on public the adventure, but it all depends on how graphic things get. As far as the fishing goes, I can pretty much post anything with fish and you still get to watch it and it doesn't get flagged or told off. When it comes to killing an animal and cleaning it, like gutting it, that there, if the clean's not, if the gutting is showing, you know, guts falling out, generally that gets demonetized and flagged. If we shoot an animal and show it going down, if it's not a clean kill and we have to dispatch it or something like that, I can't show you that. That's with pig hunting. We had one last week I couldn't show you because young Jody got to the pig and he didn't have his knife with him. So I won't be able to show you that. And if that's the case, then that will go strictly on my Patreon. And that's what Patreon's for, showing stuff that YouTube just, you know, and that's the whole reason really that we started Patreon, because it just wasn't working on YouTube. But however, I will try to bring you guys on public who aren't on my Patreon as much as I possibly can, because I really want to take you along for the ride. I'm excited. There's an old saying, it goes like this: failing to prepare is preparing to fail. That makes sense? Yeah. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So preparation is key. I had to think about that for a minute. I'm not sure if that's how it goes, but it's something like that. I remember seeing it in a boxing gym sometime. So the preparation and all the planning is the exciting part too for me, because I love getting stuff and thinking about it. And I'll lie in bed at night, you know, excited about the hunt next day, and I'll be thinking about, you know, have I got the right camera, and should I take these, you know, these extra pants, or should I take these type of shoes, or should I take a stone to sharpen my knife, or sharpen everything first? Should I get everything like totally prepared, or should I change things around last minute? And invariably I'm shocking at doing it. I end up missing something altogether. I'll get there and oh shit, I've left the bolt out of the rifle, or this time I've gone through my checklist and I see even on my checklist I've missed out some things. So even a checklist has to be checked. Do the idiot test. That means check everything and then recheck it and recheck it again. Something I tell the boys I take out when we're going to a hunt zone: do the idiot check, check all your stuff, and then when I drop them off at home, I say do the idiot check in the truck. Make sure all your stuff is there, because we're all idiots at some stage. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. See you in the scrub.